I forgot to flip the camera the other way, and it's really windy, but I thought maybe I'd just go live for a little bit. It's evening, and I've got the goats out for some feed. I've got so many weeds around. I let them graze it down. So I thought just have the camera on them. This is actually the horse pasture. Look how awful it is. I'm gonna have to invest in a mower one day. Cut all this down. But for now, I got goats. And it's a beautiful day today too. We had quite the heat wave. Was it the end of July, beginning of August, where it was 30, ranging all the way close up to 40 degrees every day. Hi, Heather. So I forgot to flip the camera the other way. You can't really see, well, I think you don't get the wide angle view. But hi, Tommy. Hi, Salt and MT. It seems like it's been ages since I was live, and I don't plan on staying long. I think as long as the goats stay in view. Hi, Jonesy. But yeah, there's so many things I could have made content on too. I've been quite busy, I guess, trying to get the farm from getting behind on all my work. But I've got 6 goats now with the purpose of milking them. There's only one that I am milking right now, but I have a total of 4 females. So, hi, Anyfin. But I think it is, I get 2 to 3 cups a day from the mom, and I haven't weaned her boy from her. And every 3rd day, my daughter is using it to make iced coffee. And it's the best stuff ever. And there they go. We'll have to see if they come back. Hi, Henry and 351 Cleveland. So yeah, I started with a bottle baby, which is the smallest guy I have. I think he's the most percentage of boar goat that I have. That guy right there. And we named him Gomper. And then I got the 2 crazy females here. This one here and the other one. And because they were so crazy, I named them Thelma and Louise. They were just wild. They were in a group of goats, probably about 20 goats, all stuck in a barn. And they weren't handled very well. So then I got, I should say Thelma and Louise are crossbred. They are part boer and part Nubian. And then the 2 younger ones, that one right there, I named Carrie, from Carrie Fisher. And the other one is named after, she's taking a piddle there, Farrah Fawcett. Oh, thank you, Jonesy. And What Life, hello? Did I say hi to 351? Did I say Carrie and Farrah are purebred Nubians? And then Louise, which is the one that I milk, had Sammy, which is the boy that's in the center of the frame. And we named him Sammy because when he was born, because he's got the floppy ears, he's part Nubian. Oh, look, he's standing to get some leaves off the tree. He looked like an old, well, I shouldn't say old, but years ago, my daughter had a lot bunny, and he was the same color. He was a little bit more gray, but he looked identical to him, so we named him Sammy. But so that's what I've been busy with. I could have made a video. I had to build a stanchion. I could still make a video just showing what I built so I could milk her. I've been starting to work with Casey. I need to make a video on that. Hopefully within a month or two, he'll have a saddle on his back. And I got another colt that we just got gelded. He's been getting out every day. I finally put him away with the other horses, seeing as he was going across the fence to go see the other ones. I sold one of my mares, the yearling mare, and I still have one yearling mare to go to sell. So how's everybody been? We've had a lot of rain this year, and I think it helped with the grasshoppers. They're not around. I actually have a garden this year, and the garden, it's been raining so well this year that I'm actually getting behind on my weeding. It's going pretty bad, but everything else is growing very good as well. Oh, look at Jonesy, you got the little horseshoe. My daughter designed those. So those horseshoes will change. And I got a crack on my phone. The last couple of messages, I cannot see until they scroll up. You've been busy, or are you saying that I have been busy? I love the fact that goats love weeds. Maybe I can get these weeds chewed down a bit. What I do need to buy is a huge mower that you use on your tractor and just mow the whole pasture. Oh, you got a job that's keeping you busy. That's what you're saying. My father is coming to cut hay tomorrow, and I have been busy over the last 3 or 4 days trying to cut trees with my little Saker saw, because that's all I have. And we were actually talking about how I might need to get a bigger electric chainsaw, just because it's taking me forever. I've got about a 1/4 mile of tiny poplar trees that I'm trying to cut down because the road has grown in, and I can still drive it with my truck, but the tractor with the hay bine behind it does not fit. So I'm trying to make a 10-foot road turn into a 25-foot road. They came so close. How did I go with my fence? I only got it up so that the horses could get back on that pasture. I haven't fenced any further down, but I've been so busy with other things that I figure I'm probably going to save that for fall time. Hi, Daddy Dutch. Yes, the weather is great here. It rained last night. I don't know, it's got to be mid-20s right now. It's just a beautiful day outside. And every evening, these guys have to stay in the barn because of my dogs. Every evening I let these guys out and they roam wherever they want. The dogs are all locked up right now. I don't know if you can see in the trees. He's climbing a fence to get the tree. So this is their time outdoors, and usually they like to stay. I don't time it. I don't push them back in the barn, but they usually like to stay outside an hour, and then they want back in. 2 Celsius there. Yeah. Hi, Jovita. Yeah, I forgot that you're in winter time. Seems so odd to say that. The other night it got cold enough that we had to put sweaters on. I'm not sure why. All of a sudden I decided I wanted goats, but definitely because of the milk. I feel like, oh, I just feel better drinking this milk. I don't really buy milk from the store, but we sure are making a lot of cream sauces and, like I said, the iced coffee. I'd like to get an ice cream maker, and one day we're going to try making cheese. It just tastes so much better when you have your own. These weeds are so tall, you can see. They're taller than this little guy. But they can't get enough of it. Yeah, that's what I have a lot of, is weeds. So this one right here is Thelma. And that one is Louise. She's the one who had the baby, and she's the one that I milk every morning. And you can see that they're not purebreds, but you know that they have Nubian because of the Roman nose. Oh, I was daydreaming too about the goats that they have in India, but you can't import them. And if you could import them, it'd cost you tens of thousands of dollars for their goats. Oh, I wish I remembered the name. They got some funny looking heads though, but I love the looks of them. They just love this stuff. So this one's Carrie with the white spot, and this one with the stripes is Farah. And that's Sammy. That is the baby of her. And when he was born, I can't remember, I think he came out as a 10-pound baby. It was ridiculous how big he was. This guy, I think I did a short on it too. This guy's 10 days older than him. Oh, I didn't realize too, I forgot about the wind. Hopefully it's not too bad on the mic. So that's Mom and her son. He's almost, well, she's standing on a hill. He's almost as tall as her already. And he's coming 4 months. I think you're supposed to wean them at 3 because they become active. But he hasn't shown that he wants to mate yet. So I think I'm still okay. But I do separate them at night so that I can have the milk from her in the morning. Oh, good, Jonesy. I was thinking maybe I should get up and walk over to Casey and Rip just to show you guys how much they've grown up. What I need to do is start making content every day. I did put up the RCMP ride. We went to the rodeo, and they were the first thing before the rodeo started, just in the town where I live. And I wanted to put that on YouTube, even though I can't monetize it. Of all things, Shania Twain's song is restricting the viewing of it in some places. But there's a lot of songs in there, so I can't get it monetized. And I had the option to silence it, but it's just not the same if you put different music or you have dead spots in your video. So I thought, you know what? I don't make money from YouTube. Let's just leave it be. Hi, Phil. Yeah, these guys pick something up. I don't know if they hear it or the wind blows the wrong way and they all take off running. Let's see. How about if you guys want to, if you want me to go see Casey and Rip, put a thumbs up. And I didn't call, or I didn't name the other mare. She's a yearling mare, filly. But I kind of nicknamed her Red. Yeah, always listening for stuff. These guys are very much like deer. Thumbs up. I see one. One's good enough for me. That's 25% of the vote. And these guys might go up to the barn because they'll be scared. Well, I gotta get up off the ground. I don't know how stable my phone will be too because I'm not on the gimbal. I was sitting in the grass thinking, well, maybe I'll just turn my phone on. And look at these guys are just on the other side of the weeds here. I don't know if that's too much of a glare. The sun is right there. I don't know how it comes up on film. Hey, boys. Didn't want to scream at you guys. Are you coming with me, Gomper? And look, I'll just give you guys a close-up. This is how bad it is. They have to pick all this grass through the middle of all these weeds. And it would be so awesome if I could leave the goats out 24 hours because they would eat all the weeds down and then maybe that grass would come back. Gomper, you could come with me. Like he got separated from the rest. And he's got a bad cough. I asked the vet and he said more outside time. But I really feel like he's got something else. Look at that view, hey? Blue skies. So there's Casey. Casey's been in the round pen a couple times this year. He's responding really well. He was a very pushy horse. If I bring oats, he will walk right into me if my back is turned to him. And so I've been working on backing him up. And I don't know if it would work right now, but 3 days of working him and I could tell him back and he'll step backwards. So if I keep up with it, I think he's going to turn out to be a good horse. But there they are. I don't know if you guys remember seeing them when they were really small. And then, so I would have the gelding, the yearling gelding here, but he keeps going through the fence. So I only have just the mare because I had 3 of them. I sold one. The other one's with the rest of the horses. And this is what I nicknamed Red. Very original. Well, she's sweet, but I haven't done anything with her, not even haltered her yet. I had her posted for sale, and because I was running out of time, couldn't work with her, I took her down. I'll try posting her again when I do have time to work her in the halter. Ooh, stepping in a sand pit here. Trying to back up to get a view of all three of them. I don't know, is it really shaky? Hopefully my phone's got some kind of stabilizer in it. That's the point, or the bad part of doing this format, what do you call it, portrait? I could have shown the goats right there. And when the vet was down to geld the colt, he had said, come by the office and pick up this stuff. It's called Clean Up 2. I think it was originally for cows for lice, but he said it works on flies. And a half-gallon jug cost me $180. It's ridiculous, the price of it. And I did it for all the horses, and it kind of helped. But I mean, it was really expensive for not being that great of a product. Look at it. Yeah, you know, it does. The camera lies a bit though. Like, it looks beautiful and green, but most of this is weeds. I see Casey kind of has some weeds in his mouth there. I have a lot of that morning glory, and I've seen the horses actually eat it. Like, that's what he's got in his mouth. But hey, you know, I'm looking at my battery. I've got about 25%. Casey's gonna bug Gomper. I'm thinking I should go and show you guys Waddle before my phone dies. Yeah, he's eating the morning glory off the ground. This guy's maturing out really nice. I don't know. I need to get one of those sticks that measures how many hands high they are, but I'm gonna guess these guys will be at least 15 because they're kind of at my shoulder already. Okay, let's go see if I can get back up to show you Waddle. Yeah, you know, Jonesy, was funny. Somebody said, love your, what's the accent on Fargo? Is that North Dakotan? Somebody said I had that accent. I'm saying accident. And after that, I found myself and my daughter saying, oh yeah, a lot. And I didn't realize we said it as much. Okay, Gomper, let's go see where the girls are. Come on. Hopefully I don't shake you guys too much. Look at all these weeds they could be eating. And they love this stuff too. I don't even know what weed this is, but the goats love eating it. Actually, it kind of looks like that goose's foot, or I don't know what you call it. It's like a wild spinach. Oh, go ahead of me. There he goes. He's like a little puppy dog because he was a bottle baby. He's got to stop and eat everywhere. Oh, I don't say about. Oh, there's the wind. I'll see if I can show you guys my garden through all this green weeds. On this trellis closest to me are beans, and then the spaghetti squash, I planted too many and they just took over the whole garden. It's crazy. But to the right of the spaghetti squash, I got a row of beets, some spinach, then lettuce and pumpkins. I got strawberries growing. The carrots I didn't weed. The cucumbers actually got killed by the snow that came in May. But they're finally coming back. They're just starting to flower. So I don't know if we're going to have very many, but hopefully there's enough time left for them to grow. And then I'll have to walk further down this alleyway to show you the other side. Jonesy, it's not the goats I'm worried about, it's the dogs. Because my pig was out actually once, and the dogs caught him, and it wasn't a good thing. We had to, we were chasing after the pig to get him back, but the only reason we did catch him is because the dogs caught him, and then we had to tear the dogs off of him. And he's fine and everything. I'll show you the fencing that I had to put in so that the dogs couldn't get in. So it's not the goats I'm worried about, it's the dogs that I'm worried about. But then we have corn, and I don't know if you can see on the other side. I got sunflower. My tomatoes went crazy this year. They're probably 3 feet tall. And I have some cabbage, about a dozen cabbage, and maybe about 6 are surviving. There was a couple weeks where there was no rain and I didn't water them enough. Oh, and my potatoes died because of potato bug this year. But when my potatoes were dying, my son was on Facebook Marketplace, and he saw an advertisement for a guy who, he is in the same town that Coffee Walks and whatever is, and he is a potato farmer. And I swear it was a 20-foot wall of potatoes, and he was giving them away. They were last year's potatoes, but they were free. So I went and I got 10 5-gallon buckets, and I gave some to my mom and dad, and they passed them on to my aunts, and we kept some. So I have potatoes for a good while. I'm just waiting to see fills. We grew less plants, figured it would be easier, and then that's where my crack in the screen is. I see a question mark. It's not. Yeah, I was thinking if I had one of those Premier One electric fences for the goats, I could just keep moving it every day and they could clear off a patch. But I mean, I got 80 acres of crazy weeds and maple trees. They would take forever for these guys to clear them out. But it's so green here this year because we had a lot of good rain. It rained either every day or every second day in the spring come early summer. It's only been the past couple of weeks that there was no rain. Alright. I'm gonna have to keep walking past these guys if I want to show you wattle. And then I know they're gonna follow me. I can show you what I call my kitchen garden too. I didn't weed it very well either, but I've got some dill on this side. I got the flowers in the center. There was a bucket for pulling weeds. On the far side I got dill growing with, I can't remember it. I didn't plant it this year, but it just came back from previous years. This is garlic from previous years. I've got a lot of parsley, and this is usually where I put my herbs. I didn't plant catnip this year. It grew on its own. Yeah, I just got a low battery signal. But anyway, my garden survived. See, these guys are going to be wondering, when do we get our grain? That's how I get them back in. Hi, Peter. That's how I get them back in the barn. And so I guess this is new. I haven't put this on video, even though it's a couple months old. When we picked up Gomper, the guy who had him had this awesome pen for all of his goats. And he let me know where he bought the rails. His looked just like this, but he had 5 rails high, and he had them on railway ties. And it was a huge enclosement. But he had like 20, 30 goats. It was just awesome. But anyway, he told me where I could buy these are econo boards. They aren't for building, they're just for farming because of, they've got more of this, they call it wane on them. And some of the boards are really bad, but if you buy them singly, you get to pick the ones you want. I need to build these guys a better shelter because they're starting to take the boards off the doghouse and knock it over. But Miss Piggy's upset because Waddle is in there with him. And I don't know, can you guys see why I called him Waddle? He's got one hanging. He's so funny. He won't let me touch him except for his nose. But every morning, I'm in the chicken coop and I change the water out every morning. Every morning he's climbing the fence because he knows I'll throw him an egg. Because that's his treat. And right now he's looking for supper. But it's kind of it's a funny Waddle. Usually they are thick and then they go thin. And this one looks like an earring hanging from his chin. And he only ever had one from the time that I picked him up anyway. And then you see I bought 10 barnyard mix chickens. And then I bought 8 purebred lavender Orpingtons, if I said that right. And a couple died. I think I was left with 6. But the ones that look very light gray, not the ones with that look white with the gray feathers, those are crosses. But let's see. The one right at the middle of the pool there, that would be a purebred. And I'm hoping most of them are hens. I really don't know. Time will tell. I haven't heard anyone crow yet. Some have longer tails, like, I don't know if that's a bar rock cross. Let's see, can I zoom? Does that look like a rooster to you with that tail? I don't know. My white layers have that kind of a tail. But like I said, I haven't heard any crowing from anyone. Zoom back out. Oh, and I should show you. So, not only do I have these rails, or boards, and then in between I have chicken wire on this side, because I ran out of, I like this stuff better, stucco mesh. It's tougher. And that's all to keep the dogs out, not to keep the pigs in. Well, I guess a little bit of both, but mostly for the dogs. I think this guy's just so cute. He is a cross pygmy cooney. So he has some kind of like tan stripes on him. It's very faint. You have to be really close to see him. But even on his face, you can see he's got lighter marking. He's just saying, feed me, I'm hungry. Well, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. Just because my phone is in the red. And these guys are waiting patiently. They want back in the barn. They want the green. The pig wants the green too. But it was nice to get back on YouTube for a while. I'll just have to start making regular content more often. Hey? What is that? That's my phone. All right, you guys. Maybe we'll see you in your lives next. Can't really say when I'll be back on. Maybe I'll start posting more content. But thanks for stopping in, and we'll see you next time.